Good morning. It's rather cold morning in December, in that time of the year when you don't really know what time of the week it is or what day of the week it is, because it's between Christmas and New Year's. And after a couple of days of enjoying lovely food and having plenty of rest at home, we decided to do something a little bit more active and to come to the river and do some lure fishing. Today we are on River Segre in a particular stretch of the river when we wanted to come here for quite some time. This river holds some nice predator pike, which is rather unusual, at least in this part of the Spain. There aren't many rivers with pike in it, and we love catching pike. It's one of my favorite fish out there. This particular stretch is usually in the year quite busy and very popular with anglers who are trying to catch big carp and also big catfish. So normally it's rather busy and it's difficult to find spots when you can just come in, cast your lure 3 times, 4 times, few times, and then move on to another spot. But because it is that time of the year when most people are enjoying the lovely food and warm fire at home, and it is rather cold, there are not that many people at the river. We actually haven't seen anyone yet. And we will try to cast our lure here a few times and see if we're going to catch anything. Anyway, fingers crossed, and if I catch, I'll share it with you for sure. Well, this particular lure is in the shape of little pike. It's one of my favorites. And pike are actually cannibals. They eat their own, they actually eat everything. Ooh. No, that was probably weed, but it felt a little bit different. When I remove the weed, let me show you. See, it's a little pike. If you're still watching, you can see that I'm not catching. So, to keep you entertained, I thought we might actually share some footage that we recorded underwater this summer when we were on River Ebro. So you can see the beautiful fish that river holds. In the beginning, we placed the camera facing upstream, which probably wasn't the best idea because you can see all the particles in the water actually flowing into the camera, which makes the water look a lot more murky than it actually was. When we were standing at the bank, we could see water being very, very clear. Probably 4 or 5 meters we could see into the water, seeing the fish and all the various different plants in it. But on this particular angle, it looks like there's a lot going on and you can't really see that far, which is not actually the case. Over here you can see 2 small bass, I think they look like bass, looking for something to eat, and the big brother taking its time looking for its next prey. This particular spot in the river is rather shallow and close to the bank. It's probably only 1 meter deep, and you can see plenty of small fish, but also larger fish swimming, cruising around and looking for food. Here, we place the camera in slightly deeper water. It's because we saw bigger fish, multiple bigger fish, swimming around there, and we wanted to see what they are. As it turned out, it was mullet and also some bigger barbel. And later on, we can also see a catfish feeding and digging into the river floor. We were surprised how many barbel were swimming in this part of the river. We saw quite a few here before, but haven't managed to catch one. And what's interesting, unlike mullet and catfish, which seem to be eating constantly, these barbel just swim around. We move the camera again, and this time it's on the edge of the deep water and where the river becomes shallow. We noticed some fish being active here and we wanted to see what they were. Again, we saw multiple barbel, mullet and catfish. It's so nice to see mullet and barbel swimming so close to the camera. It looks like mullet and barbel don't mind their company. They swim together in big shoals. This time, we placed the camera in very shallow water, maybe a couple of feet, and very close to the bank. It was surprising how many barbel were keeping in this part of the river. Considering this was the middle of the summer, they were probably enjoying the sunshine. We remember the water being very warm here. In the past, we used to catch barbel on luncheon meat, so we decided to throw in a few pieces to see how they react to it, if they are at all interested. But apart from small mullet trying to eat it, the bigger fish just ignored it. And how cool is this mullet, just munching on grass? It looks amazing. And finally, a carp showed up, but it actually looks like a crucian carp. Few hours later, now it has not been few hours yet, but How good was that footage, right? Plenty of lovely fish, various different species. Such a healthy river. I mean, Ebro is fantastic, isn't it? Hopefully, next year in 2024, we're going to catch some of these fish and on camera and share it with you. Because today it's really not happening, is it? It's been a few hours and unfortunately I blanked. It happens to the best of us. And I didn't catch anything, but I hope I haven't caught a cold. Hopefully not. But how can I not enjoy myself when I'm in such a beautiful place like this? The river here is absolutely gorgeous. I really hope you had a lovely Christmas break and brilliant New Year's Eve, and then that the 2024 is going to be even better year for you and for me. I'm hoping to catch more fish and find more mushrooms and share it all with you. Thank you very much for watching this year, and I hope you're going to join me next year as well on more of our adventures. See you soon!